All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. Doing our first live broadcast from a grocery store. I got a appointment next door, and this is where the live stream's at. But anyhow, big news this morning. Takeoff of Migos reportedly shot dead in Houston with his uncle Quavo, both of the hip hop group Migos, but reportedly shot dead outside of a bowling alley early November 1st. And as I'm routinely educating about, if you learn this simple code of letters and numbers known as Gematria, you'll see through the ritualism in the murder of these entertainers over and over. And remember, death sells. The record label's going to make a lot of money off this. And who's the record label for Migos? It's Quality Control Music. And what's amazing is from their first albums released July 31st, 2015, to the death today is exactly 87 weeks later. And what does Quality Control Music equal in Gematria? It equals 87. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Quality Control Music equals 111. And what day was he murdered on? He was murdered on November 1st, 11/1, like 111. On top of that, his only solo album is called Rockets, like the Houston Rockets. And he's murdered in Houston on the 4-year anniversary of the release of his solo album, Rocket. So, like I've been educating about for all these years, you learn this code of letters and numbers, which is a Jewish practice called Gematria, kind of like what Kanye West is talking about right now. You start to see what's really going on with these entertainers. So, again, this young man is dead 87 months after the release of Migos' first album, on the 4-year anniversary of his solo project, and on this perfect date. And if you're new here asking, well, how does Quality Control Music equal 87 and 111? Let me explain that to you right now. Q, for example, the first letter in quality, is the 17th letter of the alphabetic order. So what you do is you take the numerology of 17. So 1 plus 7 is 8. So Q is worth 8. U is the 21st letter. The numerology of 21 is 2 plus 1 is 3. A is the first letter, so A is 1. L is the 12th letter. 1 plus 2 is 3. I is the 9th letter. You just make each letter a single-digit number based on the alphabetic order. Quality Control Music equals 87. In that same cipher, Takeoff equals 28, like his age of death, 28. And for the record, in that same cipher, Rockets equals 28, like the Houston Rockets. He's dead in Houston, again, on the anniversary of his solo project, Rocket. Now, as for the 111, all you do is just run the alphabetic order in reverse. So instead of Q being the 17th letter in reverse, Q's the 10th letter of the alphabetic order. Again, just starting with Z is 1 back to A is 26. Q becomes the 10th letter, so you would take the numerology of Q, which would be 1 plus 0 is 1. So Q's 1 in the reverse. U becomes the 6th letter, U 6, so on. So Quality Control Music, 111 in reverse, 87 forwards. And it's funny, yesterday I was just on somebody's live stream. It was a panel of Christian men who were saying Gematria is stupid. And I was trying to show them how it exposes real evil. You know, like Jesus said, the truth shall set you free. And they were saying, well, you're just picking and choosing ciphers. Never picked and choose ciphers. Taught this knowledge the same way for all 10 years I've been teaching it, showing the same things week after week, day after day, taking advantage of the rigged sports, the rigged elections. By the way, there's a new movie out on Netflix called Hater, and it shows how it's a negative ad firm that tries to destroy people's credibility online. Notice how I have a pack of trolls every day, you guys, 24/7, 365. The video I put up this morning, as soon as it was over, it had 50 comments about how I got Monday Night Football wrong last night. Well, you know what else? I was perfect in every single NBA game yesterday. And people might not have gone with my pick for Monday Night Football because I did say why Jacoby Brissett had a great narrative to win the 17th game of his career in the Battle of the 17th State as primetime teams picked up their 17th home win of the season. That was my initial thought. I shouldn't have gone against it. But again, for all the trolls out there that try to discredit, again, if you went with my sports picks yesterday, you got big fat pockets. You can probably buy a new house. Or if you can listen to the trolls who are probably, in Russia in some troll factory spamming away bullshit like they do each day, you can listen to them and miss out on the most important lesson of your life. Learning this knowledge like I've been teaching it for 10 years straight. See the rigged election before it happens. See the news story before it happens. How many times have we called out the deaths of entertainers? From King Von to Prince before it happened. Remember, Prince put out the song, I Would Die For You, with the number 4 and the letter U? 33 years before his death? 4U. Use the 21st letter, like 421. What day did Prince die? 421, the Queen's birthday. The 111th day of the year. Remember how the Royals won the 111th World Series over New York, the 111 state, where the World Trade Centers came down on the day, leaving 111 days left in the year? But here, let's go over the rest of this. Let's see how perfect this ritual is, the murder of Takeoff at age 28 while he's with his uncle Quavo. And we don't know where the other member was, Offset. Apparently he wasn't there, but we'll see why Quavo was there at age 31. Of course, if you're new to my work, I've been teaching about Houston and 31 for a million years. It's not an accident that James Harden left the Rockets at age 31, George Springer left the Astros at age 31, or that J.J. Watt left the Houston Texans at age 31. Of course, in Gematria, Houston equals 31. And then J.J. Watt played the Houston Texans as a member of the Cardinals exactly 31 weeks after his birthday. But anyway, Quavo's 31, who's the oldest member of the group. He's the survivor of this shooting. Takeoff, which equals 28, is dead at 28. Again, just for the record, Rockets is 28. There's more to the gematria of Takeoff. Takeoff has a numerical value of 64 and 28, like the word kill. And his birth name was fateful. His birth name was Kershnik Kari Ball, which has a gematria of 83, like the word murder's 83. Remember the song Murder by Numbers by the Police came out in 1983. It's about how killing is as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. Notice they say he was killed at a bowling alley. I forget who this was. There was a rapper recently whose sweet lady was killed at the bowling alley, and it was the same ritual. But notice, from Takeoff's birthday, June 18th, to his death, November 1st, was the 137th day of his age. What's bowling alley equal? It equals 137. When you don't use numerology, you just use the alphabetic order. Bowling alley's 137. If you do use numerology, bowling alley's 56, like Society of Jesus. And remember, it's the Jesuits who ultimately run these record labels that do these rituals. The Society of Jesus. It's why Tupac, after his murder, the album came out of him on the cross like Jesus, and it was released on the Jesuit Day, Guy Fawkes Day, November 5th, the day leaving 56 days left in the year. And remember what happened last year on November 5th? You had the Travis Scott Astro World concert tragedy in Houston. So we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of that. That was the day leaving 56 days left in the year. And what was the stage for the Astro World concert? It was a giant cross, and people got sacrificed at the concert. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Society of Jesus and Bowling Alley are both 187 as well. 187 is the homicide code. And again, the Jesuits, they crafted your language, your calendar, and that's how they got it all synced up. People don't realize all roads really do lead to Rome. Now notice, today leaves 60 days left in the year. That number's connected to the N-word. We've seen so many of the black entertainers killed in connection to this word on the day leaving 60 days left in the year. Houston Texans also equals 181, which is the 42nd prime number. That's the other number stamped all over black history. And again, Quavo, his uncle, who's the oldest member of the group, who's born on 4/2. Notice he's 31 years old right now, Over and over, the same patterns. I've been talking about Houston and 31 a gazillion times. The last two, twice it came up in the world of rig sports this past week. Both times it hit the 31 rituals in Houston. From sports to the news, you guys, it's all the same. You learn this code, you'll see through the news, you'll see through rig sports, you'll see through rigged elections. It doesn't change. And notice from Quavo's birthday to the death is 213 days later. There is another cipher called Satanic Gematria. We're coming up on the anniversary of Tupac's Machiavelli album. Remember, Tupac released All Eyes on Me on February 13th, 213, and then died 213 days later. I'm trying to remember the rapper who recently went to prison in a big 213 ritual for killing his friends. It was like YNW Melly or something like that. Young N-World. But these numbers, these patterns, you guys, they're so persistent. And again, Offset's first album, The Last Rocket, it'll turn 4 years old tomorrow, November 2nd, 2018, 112. Houston's got that gematria 112 when you don't use numerology. Again, he's dead on the 4-year anniversary of his album Rocket in the land of Houston, the Houston Rockets. In the Far East, the number 4 is associated with death because in Mandarin Chinese, you pronounce the number 4 the same as death. And in Japanese, you pronounce the number 4 the same as death. Consistent patterns. And again, their first album released July 31st, 2015, Young Rich Nation. Again, it released 87 months ago, July 31st, 2015. On the record label, Quality Control Music, which equals 87 when you run it forwards, 111 when you run it in reverse, like he's dead on 11/1. And for the record, his uncle, Quavo, his birth name, Quavius Kiate Marshall, also has the Gematria 87. And he was there on the scene. So, of course, if you missed my work last Friday, remember what they did last Friday. You had Jerry Lee Lewis dead at age 87 on the same day that Tom Brady is divorced on the 87th day of his age, which was Bill Gates' birthday. Don't forget, Bill Gates equals 87. He got divorced from Melinda Gates 87 days from his birthday, and he got his first COVID vaccine 87 days from his birthday on the anniversary of Roe vs. Wade when his dad was real big with abortions. And the COVID vaccine was made out of, again, if you look into how they developed those vaccines, they used aborted baby cell material. Again, you guys, same patterns over and over. Jerry Lee Lewis dead at 87, his hit song about relationship problems. When Bill Gates got divorced, it was the day before Brady's birthday. Brady said he got the advice from Bill Gates to go down to Tampa. Again, all this stuff's connected. Don't forget the phrase number of the beast is also 87. Just like how they did the first COVID simulation 666 days before they declared the pandemic. And again, go back to Bob Dylan on 60 Minutes talking to Ed Bradley about the only reason he made it in the entertainment industry is because he sold his soul. What do you think's going on with a rap group like Migos, which has almost no talent? Sorry, Migos, I don't mean to talk bad about you guys while you're dead, but again, Migos, not a talented group. They just rap over hypnotic beats with rhyming words that honestly make no sense. So anyhow, this is the cost of fame. You know, he got to make it for 87 months in the world before he ends up dead in Houston, the land of the Rockets, on the 4-year anniversary of his solo project, Rocket. And for people who want to verify this information, again, the web's at your fingertips. Let me make sure that I set this up right. Yeah, I only got it on one slide. Again, here's a Migos record label right here, Quality Control Music. And if you look up the Migos discography, again, that's the word you want to look up to see when their albums came out. Migos discography right here. First album released July 31st, 2015. And again, just use your date duration calculator. Measure from that date, July 31st, 2015 to today, the day of his death, and you will see the 87 months right here. All right, 87 months and a day. So again, you guys, just remember there's a reason that this is the most censored information on the web. It's because it exposes the authorities from what they do to their entertainers, to how they rig your elections, to how they rig your news every single day, to how they scare you into a pandemic, to how they bullshit you on every single level, all day, every day. And realize YouTube continues to take videos down like this, calling it medical misinformation when I'm not even talking about medicine. The next day, they'll take down a video like this and call it hate speech. Again, they don't want you to recognize what they're doing. You're not supposed to know this knowledge because this is knowledge exclusive to the certain religion, the religion that considers itself the only true religion, the religion that says if you're not a part of it, you're just a little goyim and you're just a little animal and all your purpose is to be their slave. And realize Kanye West, he's out there telling you about this in a way, you know, he could be a lot more specific, but I just tried to talk about what Kanye West was saying last week, and you know what they did? They took down another channel, demonetized me again. So anyhow, I'll continue to put out the knowledge. Thank you to everyone who supports the work on other platforms since YouTube won't have it. And we'll leave it there for now. Well, hold on. We got a lot of people on the stream for the first time in forever. You guys, isn't it? It's amazing. It's amazing, you guys, how much you care about these rappers. You guys should, for all of you guys in the stream right now who only tune in when a rapper dies, you guys should really start like expanding your horizons. You know, dead rappers aren't the only thing that matter in the world. You know, in fact, it is messed up that they're killing these people, but there's a lot of stuff going on every day that you guys don't care about one iota. But anytime a rapper is dead, you guys are tuned in a big old way. Look at you. There's nearly 2,000 people in this live stream right now. And again, you guys should be here for a lot more important information. So I know you guys care about the dead rappers, but that shouldn't be the limit of what you care about in this world. You know what? I'll do something. I'll do something for you guys right now. For anybody on here who's listening, who's new to this, who's a skeptic, hold on. If you guys want to come on this stream, I'm going to give you guys the link to get on here. Okay, so I'm going to put this link in the stream. You guys look for it when it posts. It should post on all the channels this is streaming on right now. But click that link for the skeptic out there who wants to come on and ask questions. You don't have to show your video camera if you don't want to put your face out there, but you do got to open up your mic. I want the skeptics to come on. Or if the trolls in the Russian troll factory want to come on and explain how much they're getting paid per hour to troll me every day, you guys can come on too. All right, we got our first man in the room. All right, what's up, AB?
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's going well. So what did you want to come on and say?
Man, I saw I woke up like an hour ago. I saw the news on Takeoff. Right when I saw it, I just knew I had to come to your channel. I was like, he's got to be talking about it. He has to. And right when I come up, you're already live.
Indeed. All right. Well, I'm glad you tuned in. Did you have anything else to say?
That's it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man. You have a good one.
You too.
What's up, Tio?
Hey, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I am doing pretty well. I'm actually new to your channel, and this is super, super interesting. I don't listen to rap music, but I tuned into your live, and I thought, well, wow, just wow. I mean, so many people need to open their eyes and see what's really happening. This is just absolutely wild.
Indeed. Does it make sense when I explain it?
It does. Absolutely.
Had you ever heard the songs Gematria, the Killing Name, or Murder by Numbers before I brought them up on this channel?
Yes, Murder by Numbers, for sure.
Okay, you're familiar with that one?
Yeah.
And there's another one out there too, Gematria, the Killing Name. So
okay. I will go listen to that one too. That is really super cool.
That song's a little more intense because it's by the metal band Slipknot. But again, they're both about the same subject: this code of letters and numbers and killing people. So,
you know, I ran across Gematria, not even really knowing what it was. I was looking up, I don't know, something on YouTube, and it was a Jewish rabbi who had a whole teaching on Gematria. Only like I said, I really didn't know what it was at the time. But after, listening to you, I think I'm going to go back and listen to what he has to say now too.
Indeed. Yeah, there's probably more wisdom there. All right, Tio. Well, thanks for checking out the work, and thanks for tuning in this morning. I appreciate it.
You bet. Take care.
Yeah, you too. All right, we got Eskimo Lawrence, who's not afraid to put his face out there. What's up, Eskimo?
Good morning.
How you doing?
Not as good as you're looking.
Am I looking good? All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so what brought you on this morning?
I watch your show often, and well, I don't know. I was just checking out what your numbers were coming up with and getting the decode on all that. And since I've watched your station, I've noticed a lot more stations starting to pick up on this gematria on everything. So, even the off channels that are like you wouldn't expect. They'll start pulling out numbers, and it's like, wait a second here, and they have nothing to do with the whole movement. How you want to put it? They're just truthers in a way, but not where you typically think, So it's starting to come out. It's just trying to figure out how they do their magic. That's what I'm trying to learn.
Sure. Well, again, that's why I've been doing it for 10 years straight almost now. And finally, other people are catching on. So it is good to see. I appreciate you sharing that feedback.
Hey, keep up the good work, and I appreciate learning about how these numbers work. It's always when you see the alignment of numbers continually, the repetitiveness. Well, how's that go? When Russian president said that there he's fighting a demonic entity, you really start to add it all up, and that whole movie, Are We the Baddies? Come to mind.
Right.
So keep up the good work, and thank you for your your many channels.
I appreciate that. I will. Thank you, Eskimo. All right, I'm going to let a few more people get in here because the room is full. Thank you, Eskimo. And
You're welcome.
let me see. On the laptop, it makes it harder to click on people. All right, let's see. What's up? Thanks for coming on today, man.
What's going on? Hope you're well, first and foremost.
Can you say that again?
Oh, I said I hope you're well, first and foremost.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well.
Awesome. So I like to say that for the information that has been posed throughout your many channels is very, very excellent. It's very, very educational content. I will say that. It's something that I was wondering though. Is there any chance that in the future for things that whenever you make a statement about what could happen in the future, maybe if you made an Excel file or maybe something along the sorts of that, where you will have it on paper or a graph, and it can be constantly updated over time so that you can see your track record, and it could be like kind of like stocks if you think of it, right? Like stocks, or you know what I mean, like how you see like a chart, a graph.
Sure. Well, I mean, most of my stuff is written down again, and just like a huge prediction in my book, Number Games 9/11 to Coronavirus. That book came out over 2 years ago. I said, watch, as soon as the year of the tiger rolls around, they'll wind down the pandemic. I mean, dead on. And that should show everybody all you needed to know about how fraudulent the pandemic was. Why would they wind down a pandemic in the middle of winter anyway? It doesn't even make sense that some people are getting sick. It's because it's all ritual. So
exactly. I support that. I downloaded both of your books. You're an individual who pretty much made me decide that I need to start speaking up on my own. I need to start saying things, and I need to start trying to do things. I will say that I look up to you, and when it comes to the work that you put in, I appreciate you. I don't know your overall intentions as your brain is, but I see how you've been posting content, the things you talk about, and it's commendable. I will say that.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And the only intention has ever been to, my intention's always been to wake people up to what's really going on in this world. I'm just so sick of how people are so invested in politics, which is completely lies and rigged and ridiculous. People are invested in the news, which is nothing but BS and mind control every single day. People are all invested in these sports games. It's all they care about when they're completely rigged and controlled. I'm trying to wake people up to how they're investing their whole life in lies and going along with agendas. And again, it's like everyone needs to, like I always say, stop supporting these record studios. Stop supporting Hollywood. Stop supporting these sports leagues. Stop supporting these rigged elections. Stop watching the news and letting that dictate what you do in your life. And learn the power of no. Everyone should have said no to everything about the pandemic. No one should have been getting any experimental jabs. No one should have had any slave muzzles on their face. Again, if people understood what was up, they wouldn't be going along with the tyranny. So that's the purpose. Because I've seen since I was 18 years old when 9/11 happened, everyone's controlled by the lies on the TV. They can't see through the obvious rigged sports game, 9/11, the Patriot Act, Patriots. I mean, come on, man. It's embarrassing. Tom Brady fumbles the ball in the Raiders in the playoffs, and then the refs create a new rule so it's not a fumble, and people think it's just all this stuff is such a joke, and people need to open up their eyes. And like I'm always showing, it's all connected from the sports to the ritual murder. It's not an accident. This guy's solo album came out 4 years ago called Rocket, and he's dead in Houston. I mean, it's transparent. So,
right. And if I can say one more thing, have you ever thought about doing panel talks or having panel discussions?
Well, I've been doing it almost every Sunday night like this. I've been inviting people on, but nobody's finding the channels anymore because of all the censorship. I'm having to post on a new channel every week because of the constant suspensions. But yeah, I've been trying to get panels on every Sunday night. So.
Okay, awesome. Well, then I guess considering that, I look forward to hopefully being on future panel talks with you on this topic and several others.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking in. You have a good one, man.
Likewise.
All right, take care. All right, what's up, Isaiah?
Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing?
Doing well, man.
Can you hear me? I don't know if you remember me either. I know it's been a couple years since I talked to you. I was with Rick. You've done a lot of good info on this one, and I got a little bit of side info. I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there because I know you're going through calls and everything. Basically, dice game in English equals 47 and 38. If you run,
hold on. Are they saying that he was playing a dice game when he got killed? Is that part of the story?
Yep.
Okay, so let's just
Yep.
make sure everyone understands that dice game has Gematria 38 in it, like rapper, like murder, like killing,
Yep.
death, like RIP.
And-
Shout out to Jonathan, who's almost done with his book on hip hop deaths called 38 Special. Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, nice. Okay, and now Takeoff's real name, I can't pronounce it correctly, but it equals 407 in Latin.
Okay.
407 is 47. The same 47 lines up with the dice game. Now, when you do the mathematics behind the 47, 4 plus 7 is 11. The two survivors from the 3 that got shot, that's Takeoff. He's died that night. But if you dig a little deeper, you got to dig deeper. I got it right here on my phone. Just give me 1 second here. He died at the age 28, right? So then you're going to take 38 minus 28 is 10. 10 is the same concert that Louisiana, that was the 6th Louisiana. Well, it was the 10th anniversary. What a coincidence there, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, I figured I'd throw that in there and help you out there, brother.
All right, man. And I just put up the Murder by Numbers movie poster just so people can see how they turned the E to a 3 and the B to a 8 for 3-8. Again, Murder has that Gematria 38 and 83, like the song Murder by Numbers came out in 83. All right, Isaiah, great research. Appreciate it, man.
Much love, brother. Much love.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
What's up, Topsy?
Like the song Murder by Numbers came out in 83.
All right, Topsy, you got great research. Appreciate it, man. Can you turn down your volume?
Much love. You too.
What's going on, Zach?
We got feedback on your. We got feedback on your end because your volume's up.
Oh, sorry about that.
1 second, everybody. We're going to get Topsy on here. I'm guessing this is the man who goes by Topsy Kretz.
Yeah, it is. How you doing, Zach?
Doing well. What's up? The man who goes by Topsy Kretz.
Did I adjust? Sorry about that.
We still got the feedback. Maybe you got the YouTube video playing. You're going to have to kill the YouTube video.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Can you hear me now? Gotcha.
You're good.
All right. So, I think your whole point in having the calls is trying to get the people who are naysayers to call in, the people who oppose Gematria.
They never want to call in. They just want to work the comment section.
Exactly, but they never call in. Like, I think that it's kind of cowardice. But anyway.
It is cowardice. And by the way, there is a new movie on
Right.
Netflix called Hater, and it's about a guy who cheats in college, so he gets kicked out for plagiarizing. Then he signs up with an ad firm that just hates on people online, and it shows like how he can't get the girl, how everybody in his life knows he's a loser. And I was just thinking, I know this is what all my trolls and critics are like. That's why the internet becomes their place, because nobody likes them in real life. So then they go online and hate on people who are greater than them. And again, I mean, these kind of people, you guys, that's why I say, for all you people, man, go out and get all the Pfizer boosters, please. So.
For sure. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
But I wanted to make the point of, like, there's a movie with Mel Gibson in it. It's called Conspiracy Theorist.
You know that movie came out by the numbers, right? You know that movie came out by the numbers, right?
Yes, I think.
I'm gonna put it up on the screen while you talk about it. Go ahead. I'm gonna put it up here.
All right. Yeah, I think Conspiracy Theory sums to 88, and it came out on 8/8.
It sure did.
Yeah, but my whole point in bringing it up, people in the movie had a hard time, like, trying to understand or comprehend Mel Gibson or the character that he played. he was the conspiracy theorist, and he was trying to wake people up, and he was having a hard time trying to wake people up. And
Indeed.
that movie came out decades ago, and we have people now. We have people like you, like trying your hardest to wake people up, and it's it's the task. You've been doing this almost a decade, so I just wanted to, like, do you ever feel like maybe it's impossible because the movie, for it to have came out decades ago, to capture that
97. 25 years old now.
Yes, exactly. To have captured that, like to be able to get that message across, as far as it's hard for people to wrap their minds around this type of stuff. Do you ever feel like it's like maybe it's impossible?
Well, it's not impossible, right? Because we've heard plenty of people calling. I'm sure you've heard them too, calling over the years and say, "Man, Zach, you finally woke me up." But again, that's why I just say, if more people are doing what I'm doing, they're going to be waking people up too, and they're going to be getting the call like, "Man, you finally woke me up." Topsy Crutch, you finally woke me up. It is hard to wake people up because it's
For sure.
easier to be asleep, man. It's more comfortable to be asleep. It's easier to just think like, "Well, I don't need to do anything. I just need to vote for Donald Trump. He's going to come back and save us." And that's where it is,
For
man.
sure.
I mean, America's a land of convenience and laziness. I mean, so that we got to change the culture. But I just got to say,
Yeah,
you guys,
man.
again,
I
he just brought up
just
this
think
movie,
it's
Conspiracy Theory. I got posts on everything. That movie came out 218 days after Mel Gibson's birthday in Gematria. Conspiracy Theory is 218. Run it the small way. It's 88, like it came out on 88. This is how Hollywood rolls every day. So,
crazy.
indeed.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to bring it up. I just wanted to ask that question because I think most of us don't understand Gematria, or I think you have to get it down for people, because most people think surface level. They don't critically think. And I think you really, really have to dumb it down. Um, Jay-Z had a line, hate to quote Jay-Z, but it has some truth to it. He said, I had to dumb down my lyrics to double my dollar. And in order to like make the message resonate, you got to like really dumb it down so they can like really get it. If you just start off saying that what you call it equals such and such and such and such, and it's that in itself, like just coming into it, it sounds kind of crazy. You really have to dumb it down for people. Only astute, intelligent minds comprehend this stuff like off the rip. Like soon as I saw you 5 or so years ago, I was like, wow, like this is what I've been missing. Like I knew it, like as soon as I seen it, but everybody doesn't comprehend it that way. You have to dumb it down for a lot of people.
It's funny. I was just talking to Dane Calloway this morning, who has, Monster Channel. Hold on one second, guys. I got to take a phone call. It's only going to take me 1 second. Hello?
All right.
Yes, it is. Wow, you guys are quick. All right, I'll be over there. Thanks. All right. But yeah, I was just talking to Dane Calloway. Do you follow Dane Calloway?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a huge following. I'm sure a lot of people are watching right now know Dane. But I was just talking to him this morning. He's like, Zach, you got to start spoon feeding people more. He's like, that's what I do with everything. I spoon feed. So I'm going to do a collaboration with him. But he says, we got to slow it way down. We got to keep it way simple. I said, okay. But yeah, I know you guys are right. It's just, I'm trying to get people to rise up. But yeah, it's like, first you got to meet them way where they are, way down here. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Zach. Yeah, I just wanted to speak that shit up, man. But appreciate you, man. And you keep doing what you do, man. Keep going.
All right, man. I got to get some glasses like that. They look nice.
Thank you, Zach.
All right, man. You have a good one.
You too.
All right, we're going to do 2 more, and then I got to go, you guys. I got to go, but we're going to do 2 more. What's up, Hush? Hush, you're muted. Hold on. Let me unmute you. Oh, hold on. Let me unmute.
I got it.
Oh, there we go.
Good. I just got put onto your podcast by a friend, and I'm just here, just soaking up all the information. The whole thing with Takeoff is pretty unfortunate, and I was just I just want to know, your retake on it because I just missed it.
Yeah. So just to give people the real quick and dirty. Again, he's dead at 28. Again, if you're new here, Gematria, look up the songs Gematria, the killing name, Murder by Numbers. They're both about killing by the code of letters and numbers, which is what Gematria is. Of course, Takeoff is 28 in this cipher. But here's the big one I really want people to take home. Like I'm always saying, it's the record labels doing this because death sells. They make money off these dead musicians. Migos' first album came out exactly 87 months ago. And to their label, Quality Control Music, equals 87. And again, you get these numbers by just taking the alphabetic order with the numerology. I learned about this in Manly P. Hall's The Secret Teachings of All Ages. He says this is the most important cipher. After about 3 years of reading that book, we learned to run the alphabetic order in reverse and do the same thing because we realized it was the other half of the code. If you run it in reverse, Quality Control Music is 111. And what day is he dead on? He's dead on 11/1, 87 months after the debut of their album. And who was he with? Quavo. Quavo's birth name also equals 87. And I was just talking about on Friday why everything in the news was 87 Friday, also connected to the world of music with Jerry Lee Lewis's death on Tom Brady's 87th day of his age, the day he got divorced from Giselle, when his hit songs about relationship breakups. So,
Wow.
Again,
number 87 plays a crucial role in this whole.
The phrase number of the beast equals 87. And look at Takeoff's name if you break it down letter by letter. I pointed this out before about just the sequence of OFF. It's 666, like the number of the beast. So,
Wow.
you learn this code, you see through what's really happening to these entertainers.
You're familiar. You're making it more familiar. Like the way you're explaining it, I've heard type of information before, but the way you're explaining it is way more specific. I'm excited to hear more of what you got to say, man. I'm definitely, thanks for having me.
People who are new here, like you, again, you guys, go to my website right now. Check this out. Go to my website, GematriaEffect.news. You don't have to buy my books. I made them free to download. Just scroll down the page a little bit. It'll say download ebooks for free. You can download all my books for free.
Okay.
My first book, Letters and Numbers, that book is 800 pages long. But the thing is, there's a chapter you don't have to read the whole book. But there's a chapter at the end of that book that's 150 pages long, and it's on the ritual killing of entertainers. And it's a whole chapter on exactly what I'm showing today with like Takeoff, because this has happened to so many celebrities in history, being killed by the numerical code, synced up with their record labels.
Yeah, man, I heard that's like the same type of deal, like with with DMX, like, it's like all like when you sign that contract, there's a date on you.
Exactly. And he talks about that at the beginning of the belly. And remember, last year he was announced in a vegetative state on what day was it? It was April 3rd, 21, 4321. And he was on the song 4321 with LL Cool J. And they said DMX was a vegetable that day. The word vegetable equals 79. So does murder. So does LL Cool J. It was 79 days after LL Cool J's birthday that happened.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna check out your books because I definitely need a greater understanding of the numbers. What is it called?
What's that? Gematria or
Gematria? Gematria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I tell everybody out there listening who's never looked up the lyrics to the song, look up the lyrics to "Murder by Numbers" by The Police, and look up the lyrics to "Gematria," the killing name by the metal band Slipknot, because they're both about this subject.
Yeah, I've seen Slipknot live. I love that band. I need to check this out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, man.
Indeed. Oh, I want to say one more thing about DMX. That was right after Brady won the Super Bowl at age 43 in the GOAT ritual. And, of course, on the end of 4321, LL Cool J says he's the greatest of all time. He's also got Channel 43 on Sirius XM. So, again, all this stuff's connected.
Wow. Shit.
Yeah, and again, the date was April 3rd, right? 4/3 that the news broke about DMX in the vegetative state.
Yeah. Wow. Damn.
And
that whole thing was crazy. New York was on. They had him driving around in a monster truck. His body driving around New York. It was a crazy. That was a crazy day.
Indeed, it was. And remember, Black Rob died right after that. And both DMX and Black Rob are both on the song 24 Hours to Live off Mace's album. And then they both died 24 years after the song came out.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Indeed.
That's crazy.
All right, man. Well, thanks for getting on here. Thanks for checking out the work, Hush. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll be tuned in, man. Have a good one.
All right. Yeah, you too, man.
Yep.
All right. Let's go out to here. We're going to get a few people in real quick, and then I got to sign off. What's up? What's up, Al?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Real good. I comment on your page a lot. I've been a fan since you exposed the Kobe ritual. But one thing that got me about this the Migos situation, right? my wife woke me up, and she's going through I think their Instagram pages. So, Takeoff's last post he had was 83 posts. He died with 83 posts on his Instagram. I
And his
check out
birthday equals 83.
exactly. Now bring that 83 in, right? Joe, what's the dog name? The one that's not with him, Offset.
Uh-huh.
He went to a Halloween party. His last picture on his story, he dressed up as the Joker. In reduction, Joker, 23rd prime of 83. And
Right.
he was smoking. He had this grin on his face. And then it just goes on with the colors, with Takeoff wearing the black and white, with his last picture being with the duality floors of the black and white, and Quavo wearing the black and red. So it's just a lot of stuff. Once you open your eyes up to it, you can see the rituals kind of going through. Plus, it was Jazz Prince's birthday. They was in his car, and they have a video of that too. The car is like all red. They have a song called Red Room that came out in 2019, I believe. That equals 83, and in the ciphers also. So it's just crazy how it seemed like last night they were setting up for this ritual.
That's how they do it, man, because they got this stuff planned. So it's like you can see it. You can see it when you look at it. It's like the day he signed on the line, the executives probably had his expiration planned or his expiration date already written out in stone. So
yes, and like with the Gematria, and like so, once you go farther on, you look into the cards of life, the tarot cards, how the moon phases goes along with our astrological. It's a lot to break down when it comes to what they're doing in this mainstream, especially with Gematria. But for anybody, I would definitely start with Gematria. It'll open up your eyes to everything and kind of put stuff into perspective. So I appreciate you, Jack, for bringing me on too. Thank you.
All right, great additions, Al. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All day, brother.
All right. What's up, Chet?
Hey, Zach. How are you? Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah. What's up?
All right. So I've been listening to you for a few years since you were on Tinfoil Hat the first time. And I've been tuning in here and there, trying to absorb as much information as I can. And it seems like with all these things going on and things becoming so obvious with how all the numbers are put together, my question is, does this sort of, being able to break down things by the numbers come down to something as small as somebody like me and the things I do? Like, would you say that, I could look at certain things in my life and find how numbers correlate to things? Or is this just a ritualistic type thing
No,
of the...
No. There's an organic side to the code. Because again, for people who are new here, this whole code comes from Kabbalah. And there's two halves to Kabbalah. There's a good half that's the purpose of the good half is about understanding the way reality works and our relationship with this earth and creator. And the belief is that God created the world with numbers, letters, and words. That's what's expressed on the first page of the Book of Formation, which is kind of the most important Kabbalistic text. So that this knowledge comes from Kabbalah. But then there's another half called the clip-off, which is about sorcery and spell casting and having influence and control over others. That's the half that we're exposing. But when I first started this, I saw what was going on, but it all seemed a little bit silly to me. Well, I've had 10 years to observe this knowledge, and so have other people who've learned about it, and we've realized that the numbers can manifest in our own lives. And again, I'm finishing my third book right now, and all of my books, if for anyone who's never read my books, my first book, Letters and Numbers, my last book, Number Games, both concluding chapters are about the organic side of the code. And the reason I talk about that is because I think that's where this originally came from. Somebody realized that somehow the world is operating within this kind of a numerical matrix, and it's like people are what the dark half is about, like using that energy in a negative way. So it's taking what's there and then using it essentially for like a greedy or an evil type of purpose. Again, to have influence and control over others, murdering somebody by a code for your own benefit to sell more records, for example. So does that make sense what I explained?
Yeah, I get it. I definitely understand. So then my question after that is, does that move away from the idea of free will? And then is the goal of having all this knowledge to be able to use it on your side to be able to make choices that are inherently good for you?
Well, I don't think it necessarily eliminates the idea of free will, but at the same time, in a way, because again, it starts to get more towards the idea of like destiny and you're living out kind of some people call it like you're living out the simulation.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure it all out, but I still think there absolutely is free will. I think with an understanding the knowledge you might see in your life, you might see the numbers manifest in a way. If you understand the meaning, like, okay, I made the right choice right there. Oh, maybe that was the wrong choice and I need to reevaluate. So I think in a way it can be kind of more like a guiding thing, being aware of it,
Right.
not so much eliminating the possibility of free will. That's what I've been documenting and observing.
Okay. Well, yeah, I understand. Those are just some things that I've been kind of throwing around in my head for the past few years, tuning in. And no, I love it. I really love the work and everything. So thank you for taking some time and answering some questions for me.
Of course, man. Thanks for coming on.
Take care. Thank you.
All right. And let's get the resident youngster on here. What's up, Truth Does Not Exist? Last man to close it out.
Oh, okay. So I have the all your protest videos from last month on flash drives. What do you want? How do you want me to send them? Do you want me to ship you the flash drives, or do you want me to like? Is there? Like,
I don't think. I think I got everything backed up too. I think I got it all backed up.
Oh, so you don't need it anymore?
I'm pretty sure I got it all backed up.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I appreciate that though. If I realize I missed something, I'll let you know. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, because I have everything, even the like every single video, even like the short ones and stuff. Did you see the thumbnails that I sent you? I didn't know if they sent.
I don't know if the files were too big because I looked for the email and I couldn't find the email anywhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I sent it to the number games. That's weird. Okay, well, maybe I'll send it somewhere else. I wanted to say a couple things. So you know how you watch the sports with cable? So there's this website called Soap Today, the number 2. And
you got my number. Text me that.
Okay, yeah, because you can watch all the sports for free, even like, I don't know, women's and like foreign stuff. I'll text you now. I'll text you after I get off. And I'm going to release a new calculator that's like the old Gematrinator calculator, because I know some people were upset about the new one. So I'm just going to do a...
Oh, you don't need to do that, because if you go on Net Void, she actually put up a video of somebody who remade the old Gematrinator calculator.
Oh,
so
they
somebody
did?
already did that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, well...
Yeah, if you go to her channel, Net Void, she did the video recently showing what that website is.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool then. I wanted to say also I thought that this was an interesting story that people should look into. So you know that that there's something called like illegal cheese. So like basically people will get underground cheese, like they'll buy underground cheese. Like there's just certain cheeses that are illegal. And so the government actually puts like a lot of resources into like trying to like bust these cheese rings, and like it's like the CIA is involved and whatever, trying to make sure that people aren't buying these cheeses. Like they know what they're buying. It's not like they're like it's some fraud. They know that they're buying these cheeses. And so like what's funny is that one big problem that people have here is like scammers. Like there's so many like Indian scammers that are calling here and like scamming us out of billions of dollars, and like the government doesn't care about that, but they care about people buying like some kind of illegal cheese, and like they're putting all these resources into finding something like that. It's so stupid. I talk about it all the time. Like anytime I see a problem, it's like, well, that's not important. We should worry about all the people buying illegal cheese, you know?
Indeed. All right, well, yeah, send me some information on that. But yeah, I got to wrap this up too, because I have to get back over to what the phone call was just about.
Okay.
So, all right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, you guys, just one more time for the people who got here late. I'm just going to review the Takeoff death. For people who got here late, you can always rewind the stream. But again, Gematria, if you guys are new here, look up the songs Gematria, the killing name, and Murder by Numbers by the Police. It's about how killing is as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. It's based on the alphabetic order, in the alphabetic order with numerology. If you can see on the screen, takeoff equals 28. The way that works is T is worth 2 because T is the 20th letter. The numerology of 20 is 2 plus 0 is 2. A is the first letter, so A is 1. K, the 11th letter, becomes 1 plus 1 is 2. E, the 5th letter, is 5. O, the 15th letter, becomes 1 plus 5 is 6. F, the 6th letter, so you add up the letters. Takeoff is 28, dead at 28. And again, you can rewind the stream and watch all this. I'm going to skip through some of this. If you don't use the numerology, bowling alley's 137. He's dead at a bowling alley on his 137th day of his age. There's more to this in the code, but here's the big one. Again, his record label, Quality Control Music, 87. When you run it forwards, if you run the alphabetic order in reverse, it's 111. He's dead 87 months after they released their first album and on the date 11/1. And again, death sells. That's the incentive. Again, when you look into a murder, you say, well, what was the motive to kill the person? Oh, here's a big motive. When musicians die, records sell way more. You know, look, there'll be articles written about Migos sales up and how much Migos does today and how much they boomed on Apple streaming and all this. Again, death sells. Death is one of the biggest sellers in the world of entertainment. Anytime a celebrity dies, their sales go way up. So there's a motive to kill the entertainer to make more money. And that's why the same record industry is making songs like Gematria, The Killing Name, and Murder by Numbers. And almost every single time one of these celebrities is dead, it's perfectly by this code. And that's why I say, when these people are signing on the line, I'm pretty sure they've signed away their expiration date in a lot of cases, like Takeoff. So, again, you guys want to learn more, go to the website, GematriaEffect.news. That's my website. Top pin post. You can buy my books. Thank you to everyone who supports the work. Realize you are looking at somebody who's always being financially cut off, books suspended, books banned, all this stuff. But if you want to support the work, you can buy them, but you can also download the books for free, download ebooks for free, and read up. And hold on, let me take one more call from Itachi. And
Hey, Zach?
yeah, what's up, Itachi?
Not much, man. I had something interesting with the death of Takeoff. If you look at from when Gianni Versace was born, you know, that's 911 months from today. And they blew up from their song Versace. It's like, you know, if you didn't hear about Migos, now you knew what Migos was after that song Versace. So, you know, 911 months after he's born, the Versace star dies. So.
And again, 9/11, what that number ultimately goes back to is Vatican Hill. And like we're saying, it's the Jesuits behind all these rituals. So.
Exactly. So, all right. Thanks for taking my call, Zach.
Versace, Italy, like the Vatican. Appreciate it, man.
Yep. Good job with the NBA picks yesterday, man. Paid well.
Yeah. Again, isn't it amazing how the trolls get on there and just spam everywhere about the one thing that's wrong and ignore the 6 things that are right? Don't you think they probably are all in the troll factory in Russia?
I think they're all just sitting in some lab together, like those kind of bot farms where you just have 5 phones hooked up and they're just paid to spam there. And it's, you know, it's like it's got to be $15 an hour or something, because if you had any more ability, you'd be doing something else.
Exactly. I'd encourage everybody out there, if you want to know about my trolls, watch the new movie on Netflix, Hater. It's about a loser who gets kicked out of college because he has to plagiarize and rip off other people. He can't get the woman. Everybody knows he's a piece of shit, so he's online getting paid to troll people online. Hater.
Yeah, and I just want to make a comment, man, because I resonate with this. The same people who used to ask you for advice on, like, you know, anything from, you know, books, studies to working out, all that stuff. As soon as you start talking about this stuff, they all think like, oh, you're crazy. Like, oh, why did I ever ask this guy for help? They just do a 180, and it shows how powerful the knowledge is.
Indeed. All right, Itachi, appreciate it, man. And by the way, Itachi's out there. He's only known about this since Kobe died. Again, Kobe Bryant died on the 41st day of the Pope's age while traveling from Catholic Mass, dead at age 41. Kobe Bryant's 41. Go read my book, Letters and Numbers. It came out 3 years before Kobe died. It's all about how Kobe's whole career was 41. So
life-changing. So peace out.
And now Itachi's making better sports calls than I am. I got to give credit where it's due. So, yeah, Itachi has his own Patreon. You guys want to go support Itachi? Support him, man. Support the people doing the work. All right, guys, we'll leave it there for now. And all right, young guy wants to get something out. Hold on, I'm gonna take one more. All right, one more, and then I got to get off. What's up, man?
Hey, Zach. I talk to you normally on the phone about every month from Cincinnati. It's interesting because not only the stuff happened with Migos today, but of course then the stuff with Mike Zimmer and his son 38 right after, and of course you talked about Minnesota and 38 for years, and I thought that was interesting since Cincinnati just played yesterday, and I guess Mike Zimmer's son's last job was with Cincinnati.
Come on, man. Exactly, you guys. Look at this, man. Mike Zimmer's son is dead at 38. Remember, in Gematria, Minnesota's 38, murders 38, deaths 38, killings 38, RIPs 38. George Floyd killed in Minnesota on the corner of 38th Street. I was just in Minnesota talking about this.
And it was weird because I think, you, besides one of my high school teachers, you probably are like the best. I mean, not to toot your own horn, but one of the best teachers I've ever had. I have to say, God bless you for that. Because as soon as I wake up and I see something, I literally just start decoding in like 5 seconds, like, what are they famous for? Where was he at? What was going on? And so, of course, the Minnesota thing was easy. And then with Takeoff, the first thing I thought about was Houston, Atlanta. It's been a span of a full year since Atlanta beat Houston in the World Series.
Right.
That was the first thing that popped up. Then I thought about how Migos, one of them, was in a was in a Whitney Houston video back in the day. You have to look into that. But I thought about that, and then I thought about how Houston is in the World Series tonight, and then also there was something else.
Tell me you noticed that the Thursday night football game is Houston and Philadelphia.
I meant, so I don't have your, like your email or anything, but I meant to send you something. There was a tweet that said, what a coincidence that, it's like it's scripted, like, and it was from some media guy. And all I could think about was you. I was like, what a joke. Like, because it fits right into the series. And I'm just like, you just have to know, right? Like, and of course, Philadelphia in 61 and what 101, I believe. I've been looking at both of those all year.
We're gonna start. I'm gonna throw it out there. We're gonna start looking at the Eagles because Lincoln Financial Field's 103, like this, the 103rd NFL season. That Thursday night football game is 101 days before the Super Bowl, and that's the big Philadelphia number. For people who weren't here the year that Philly won the Super Bowl, we said at the beginning of that season why Philly would win 10 or start the year 10-1, like 101, like Philadelphia 101, and be in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. And we've done it a lot of years.
And I remember. Yeah, and sorry, but I was going to say another thing I remember too is how many people trolled you when Nick Foles became there, and it was even more so for Nick Foles because I think Nick Foles' name equals
his initials were just like the flag's birthday. NF.
Yeah.
The 14th letter, the 6th letter, the flag's birthday, the 14th day of the 6th month. The one other thing I got to say about this Vikings thing is today does leave 60 days left in the year. That means there's 60 days after today left in the year. But that means if you count today through the last day of the year, it's a total of 61 days. The Vikings are 6-1 right now. They were established in 1961. Royal family equals 61. And, of course, royalty wears purple. And who won the first game in London this year after the Queen died? The Vikings did, just like how the Queen died on the first day of the NFL season. Again, this will be Super Bowl 57. England equals 57. The Queen only went to one American football game in her life, and it was back in 1957. And Maryland beat North Carolina. She dies on the Virgin Mary's birthday, and North Carolina is named after King Charles, who's now the King of England. Again, all this is ritual.
I could definitely see as a side eye, like, because this year's been kind of weird compared to, normally it's the same old teams. I could definitely see Minnesota or the Eagles because, of course, they have play facing the Bills. Like, one of the interesting things is the Bills have lost to every not AFC in the Super Bowl except for the Eagles. So I've been keeping an eye out on that because they will be 1-4 and beat the Eagles. The Eagles beat Tom Brady, but yet can't beat Josh Allen. I mean, that's for a whole nother day. But definitely just to continue a little bit with Takeoff, I mean, it was so much of a ritual. And I think I've said this to you before, as far as what you said, as far as the dotted line, so many people come on and, they think it's easy. Hey, well, and especially these guys, they're always, it seems like all the rappers are young and, full of piss and vinegar, if you want to call it that, 19, 20, 21, look at Pop Smokes and just any of them. And it's like, yeah, they throw all this money at you. Of course, you're blinded by the light because it's like, come on, a private party at a bowling alley. Oh, by the way, they just had a album come out, them two, called Infinite links, Cuban links, or something like that. And of course, the infinity sign is 8. And if you look at where they've been doing the media outlet, all their show is like the bowling alley, and one of the numbers has the number 8. I think it's 810 or something like that, like a 810 split, which is ironic because 810 is my birthday, so that kind of threw me off. But yeah, I just looked at it, I was like, infinite loops. You die there. They said that Quavo and them were shot by their own people. Like, come on, man. They know what they're doing.
Indeed.
I appreciate you, and keep fighting a good fight.
All right, man. Appreciate that. Good
Yes, sir.
information. You have a good one. All right, guys. Lots of great callers, lots of great contributors. You know what, man? There's 2 people waiting on hold. I'd feel bad if I didn't get them on here. They don't got their face on, but I'm going to bring them on. Real quick, if you can spit it out in a minute or two, I got to let you on for waiting. What's up? Pangy 22. All right. I guess he's out. Here, we got one more. Hold on. Toast Man, you're going to close us out, actually. Toast Man, what's up?
What's up, brother?
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I recently ran into you, bro, on my journey down the rabbit hole, just randomly just seeing you. And I was looking into it, bro, like, bro, the stuff that you be on, bro, be on point. I kind of already knew about Gematria. I don't know if you follow Larry Johnson.
I had Larry Johnson on my live stream about 2 years ago. Indeed.
Yeah, what you say again, boss?
I did an interview with Larry Johnson about 2 years ago. It was January 2020, and you guys, that live stream's still up on Gematria Effect Sports. For all the people out there, I have 5 different channels right now because I get suspended all the time. Gematria Effect News 22, 23, 24, 25 in sports. The Larry Johnson interview is still on Gematria Effect Sports if you look. And the only thing he really opened up about in that interview, he's opened up more because he's coming out more and more since then. But the only thing he opened up about in that is he was pretty sure that Kanye West sacrificed his mom back then. For people who don't know Larry Johnson, he used to be a big NFL star. He used to be signed to Jay-Z's rock label, and he hung out with Jay-Z and Kanye West a lot back when he was an NFL star.
Yeah, but yeah, I really do appreciate y'all, man. You, Larry Johnson's, the Gary Greenbergs, even you, Zach. Y'all just out here putting out the information, and then it's still sticking with it, not giving up, even though y'all got a lot of haters, which y'all gonna have it anyways. But you know, when you got haters, that means you going up. If ain't nobody hating, that means you ain't doing nothing. So
Indeed.
I'm just glad that y'all is not stopping, and y'all know that these people at the top is fucking pedophiles and on some weird shit. And like you say, it's not about changing it. It's just about knowing and moving different and not letting this shit dictate your everyday life, because this shit right here, it ain't got nothing to do with how we supposed to be living. It's all distractions, bro.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
I
appreciate you closing us out with that.
For having me on, though, brother. Appreciate you.
Of course. Thanks for coming on.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. All right, guys. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Again, if you are new here, like I said, Gematria Effect News 22, 23, 24, 25, Gematria Effect Sports. Those are the channels. I got to have all those channels because I get suspended almost once a week. And again, you get 3 strikes. They delete your channel all the way. And here, let's see. He's blowing me up, so he must have something important. All right. What's up?
Check the text that I sent you. I sent you a picture, and it says what your average critic looks like. I know that you're going to get a laugh at.
Okay. I will check it out, man. Indeed. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I looked into it. So this is just one thing I wanted to tell you on a personal note.
Well, call me on a personal time, not when I'm on a live stream talking to 2,000 people, my man. All right. I'll talk to you later. Okay. I appreciate the young guy, but he's like rarely ever on topic. And it's just like, anyway, you guys, thanks for signing on. If you're new here, be sure to follow the work. And for all of you guys who only care about dead rappers, please expand your horizons. This knowledge is way more important than this. Again, people got to realize how rigged the game is, how manipulated we are through this media, through this government, and that's the stuff that needs to be shut down. These record studios need to be shut down because they're propping up people that don't even belong on the stage. No offense to Migos, but they don't belong on the stage. None of them can rap. It's just they get the best beats, so that's why they're famous. Again, there's a million better rappers in the U.S. than any of the members of Migos. But this is why it happens, you guys, because the only reason they're on the stage is because they sold their soul. And this is the cost of selling your soul. But realize how racist it is, too. It's super racist. Because of Bob Dylan, he can sell his soul as a young man and get to make 50 records and live to be nearly 90 years old. And his expiration date's coming, too. But realize Bob Dylan gets to live to be like 90. Takeoff only gets to live to be 28. And it's no secret who they're killing at the youngest ages. It's the young black men. It's the rappers left and right. And again, this is what Kanye is trying to point out, you guys. Again, it's no secret who runs the media. It's no secret who runs the news. All this knowledge that I'm revealing to you, it comes from Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. So, and that's why I get suspended, because I keep saying what the truth is. They don't want the truth out there. They want to call it anti-Semitic or some bullshit. It's not anti-Semitic to say what the truth is. You know, again, look into the Talmud, you guys. If you don't know what the Talmud is, it says that if you're not a Jew, you're a goyim, and it means you're an animal. And it says in the Talmud, it says every Jew deserves 2,000 goyim slave. And again, you guys, that stuff's real. That's not anti-Semitic. Those are facts. So, and also, I mean, look at what they just did with Kyrie Irving. He just posted a movie called Hebrews to Negroes, and they say that's anti-Semitic. Why is that anti-Semitic? The oldest Jew in the Old Testament is Methuselah, who's black. Do we think of black people as Jews today? No, we don't, because their identity's been stolen. What's it say in the end of the Bible? In Revelation 2:9 and Revelation 3:9, it talks about the synagogue of Satan, those who claim to be Jews but are not, but are liars, who operate by lying. And think about who runs your media and how it's all lies every day. And think about who they're sacrificing at a young age. And think about how they want to program into your head that it's anti-Semitic to bring up the facts. Again, you guys, that there's a reason these people have been kicked out of 100 countries. There's also a reason that, never mind, I won't even say it. But yeah, you guys, again, keep speaking facts. For all of you guys who censor yourselves because you want to keep your YouTube ad revenue, I mean, you're essentially choosing the almighty dollar over the truth. And that's the big problem in this world. So we'll leave it there. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the knowledge. Like I said, go to my website, GematriaEffect.news. You can buy the books or you can download them for free. And again, read up, download Letters and Numbers. Read the first 20 pages and then skip to the chapter on Murder by Numbers about all the dead entertainers by this same code, just like it's Takeoff this morning. Till next time.